The following is a presentation of the Hello Chicago Network.
Hello, Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yannishatis, and it's time to focus. And today we're focusing on the Northsiders, the Chicago Cubs, as they just finished a whole week, and we're going to talk about that first. Let's recap a three-game series against the San Francisco Giants. They lose 2 out of 3, and then they're able to get. Then they go to New York, face a really good New York Mets team, lose 2 out of 3 there. We have not talked about, and then Porter Hodge had a really good stretch on Saturday, gave out the loss Sunday. In the game on Roku, which another channel, but again, if you're in the area, those Roku games are on the MLB package, and that's how I was able to watch it. So I don't know if you have MLB TV. I know it's expensive, but if you have T-Mobile, it's free. So look into that as well. So anyway, what I was trying to say is that, so for the Cubs, a lot of things have happened since the last time we did one of these. Last week when we did the Cubs Focus, Shota Imanaga, that was before I went and saw the game in Milwaukee. Shota Imanaga gets hurt, strained hamstring. 15-day IL. Hopefully that's nothing serious. Hopefully he's going to be back in there. So that's one guy out. And the thumbnail you see is in front of the emergency room because, I mean, you got 2 of your top starters are out right now. Steele out for the season. Shota Imanaga out I would say hopefully he's back by the beginning of June. I believe last year Justin Steele had this injury and he was only out for about a month. So 1 week down, hopefully 3 to go for Shoten. And hopefully, I mean, it just seems like leg injuries is the start. Before that, he got injured with a cramp. So he's done. Then, of course, they call up Cade Horton. We get our first look at him against the Mets. He was going through the teeth of that offense. He didn't start, but he got the first major league win. He looked good. The stuff was nasty. That's exciting. And I'm excited to see his odds are, again, obviously I don't know anything because I'm recording these on Monday, but hopefully that's the chance that he's going to be starting against the Chicago White Sox. I mean, you're getting into the lesser group now. So the Cubs overall, going into Monday, they lose 2 series in a row. They, for the first time as well, lost 3 in a row. They're hitting a little bit of a spin offensively. Ian Happ as well hurt. He was not in Saturday or Sunday, so hopefully not an IL stint for him. They have Suzuki out there, which I believe he misplayed a foul ball. So, I mean, Suzuki needs to get back out and worrying just about offense. So hopefully that'll be the case for him. So overall, you got to be, so a lot of worrisome coming into the week, but I think this year, now you're going to get into the easier part of the schedule. We got the Marlins in for 3 with the White Sox. Then you go to Miami, get the season series done with them. And then you have and then you continue, you have the Reds a couple series as well. And then in the middle of there, you have the Rockies. Rockies just fired their manager, Bud Black. They have 7 wins. They lost 21-0 last weekend. So, I mean, they're in a rough patch. You got to kick these teams while they're down. This is the chance to gain. Hey, the Cardinals coming into the week, red hot. They've won like 8 in a row. They're only a game behind the Cubs. Brewers are 3 out. Reds are 3 out. We're not looking at standings. I don't like looking at them until post All-Star break. But this is still something you still want to be able to keep it up, and we'll see what happens with this team. And I think the Cubs, I mean, you don't want that toxicness on the team, but what's going on in Boston with Rafael Devers, I think he wants out. So maybe the Cubs will look into that and possibly a move, but they're going to need another starter and hopefully the offense, and they're going to need a third baseman. So hopefully Nolan Arenado, I'd still say would be a great fit if you could find a way to trade in the division. So nonetheless, I think the Cubs right now, don't worry. I would say start worrying if this team lose one of these series. One of the series against the Reds I'll allow. You do not lose a series against the Marlins. You don't lose, and by the way, this is airing after that series because the Thursday they're off. So you can't lose a series of the Marlins. You can't lose a series of the White Sox. You can't lose a series of the Marlins again in Miami, and you can't lose. You can lose one of those series to the Reds, but you don't want to. You got to win one of them. And then you got to dominate the Rockies. If that does not happen this month, I start to see the panic button hitting. Cub fans are the worst. It's got to be great or the world is on fire. So we'll see what happens with this team next week when we recap what happened this week. And then, of course, Monday, Crosstown Classic, and we'll have a separate Cubs one next week as well. Tomorrow, we're going to have a separate Tomorrow is going to be 11 a.m. Crosstown Classic. So that is all that coming up on Sunday, or coming up tomorrow. But again, the Cubs, I don't sky falling. Like I just told you, sky falling if they lose one of the series, that's not to the Reds. The rest of the series they should win this month, hopefully be comfortable. Tomorrow it is the Crosstown Classic edition. We preview Cubs White Sox for the weekend. Should be fun as the Cubs White Sox first time we get to talk Crosstown Classic here on the Hello Chicago Network. So please enjoy, and it should be a good one. I'm Ryan Yanishadis from the Hello Chicago Network. We're the focus of Chicago sports.